distance is 30 laps. We'll call this full fendered frenzy as we are about to get them fired up off turn number 4. Here's Matt Buckler as we're about to go green.
Jay Stuart, Jim Mavlouganes, 2 veterans as our honorary starter, gives him the go-ahead. And Mr. Collins does a great job as Jay Stuart takes the early advantage. And look at Jim Peterson, the 3-time champion, is right in the thick of it.
Jimmy Peterson had a problem with an engine in practice. They went back to the garage, put in the other one. He liked how the car was working in that practice. He likes a loose race car, and he's got just that. But Jay Stuart is holding off Jim Mavlouganes. That's like looking at, well, a mirror of days of old.
Mike Scorzelli trapped on the outside.
Scorzelli has a problem. A little chain reaction ripple effect further back in the field. Tommy Fearn has a problem, Matt. Car number 92 drops way off the pace, possibly a tire going down on the number 92 car. We've got a scramble, and we're under yellow with 1 lap complete in this event.
So that car in sick bay, we see the 92 on the right side ripped entirely off of that Tommy Fearn car. So there was some contact, and the door is gone. We saw Mike Scorzelli, who was battling for 4th and 5th at the time with Dennis Botticello, wander up the track. He definitely looked like he swallowed some speed bumps, and I think Tommy Fearn might have got involved in the eye of that tornado.
Well, heading down on pit road, look at the Fearn car. The entire right side of the body is gone. The right rear tire is flat. That doesn't mean there's suspension damage. We see that tire going down as he pulls to a screeching halt on pit road. Scott Cook is in with the number 99 car as well.
And Mike Scorzelli, who had the fastest lap in practice on Friday, had an early problem. And the man who paid the price was Tommy Fearn in car number 92. And Scott Cook, who was a late arrival yesterday, couldn't wait to get onto the track. And Scott and Jim Cook are back at Stafford, and it always means exciting things are going to happen.
Certainly is, and that race car, they've really done their homework with it, with a Pettit power beneath the hood. Joe Koss is down on pit road.
Well, they've turned the 92 car of Tom Fearn off as they've got considerable damage that you could see far better than I. The right side door of that car actually came off at the exit of turn 2 and was part of the reason for the caution. Another car had spun to the inside, but they're actually taking it out of the safety vehicle now, and they are taking a couple of crew members to bring it over to the side of the race car. Matter of fact, that is Ryan Fearn, winner of the Dare Stock division yesterday, who brought that door back over. They're going to try to straighten that out a little bit and get that back secure, but basically it's the right front fender about halfway to the door, right to the tire, that they've got off of this race car, now sitting back behind the wall, and they're just kind of looking at it saying, how do we attach this to that? And that's kind of the look on everybody's faces down here in pit road.
It certainly is. Keep your eyes on Adam Gray. We've only got 1 lap, but he's on the inside. Michael Bennett is there with him. Casagrande boys just in front of those two and behind those two as we're about ready to go back to green. Off the turn, Stuart and Mavlouganes rumble their way to the front of the class. And Peterson, he doesn't want to be a shadow in this one. But look at that battle for 4th and 5th, Matt.
And Scorzelli is hanging in there, but Botticello is going to wear him out for the time being. Battle for the lead. Mavlouganes on the outside, giving it everything he has. It's like he has a right foot bigger than Sasquatch. Mavlouganes having a great run.
Mavlouganes trying everything to move and muscle his way into the lead, but Stuart, the crafty veteran, holds on. Little further back in the field, we see Casagrande coming forward. We see Bennett doing the same, and Fearn, he might have a few pieces missing, but you wouldn't know it by his performance.
Yeah, as he is trying to maneuver his way through the field. At the top, it's Jay Stuart, who has been around the block a few times at Stafford and knows how to hold off the competition. Right now, it's Mavlouganes that he has to deal with. Peterson, right now, I think for the first 4 laps, this is probably better than it would with any time that we saw him last year.
Well, things are starting to settle in just a bit, and they are single file in formation with just about anybody ready to perhaps duck out of line just a bit. Trouble now, we've got 1 around, 2 cars involved, among them being the 33 car. And it looks like the 51 machine for Joshua Wood out of Palmer Mass and the 33 car of Peter Thickett are the two cars involved.
With Josh Wood, who won the Limited Late Model Championship last year, decided to move up. And if you had x-ray vision, look at Tom Fearn's car. That is what you would see.
That's right.
There's no door on it, but it still is going pretty quickly.
And a heartbreaker for that 33 car. You can see the amount of liquid as the radiator was punctured on that machine as the 51 of Wood is heading down on pit road. Wood, of course, a graduate from our limited late model division where he had tremendous success. It's good to see Michael Bennett, the Magnum, back behind the wheel of a full-bodied race car. I want to tell you something about the Bennett family operation. Last year, of course, you remember the last 2 years, Michael went up into the SK Modified division, and with a lot of bad luck, he had no luck at all, and things just didn't turn around. Well, during the off-season, when things, well, the ride swapping situation goes on, Michael Bennett almost was going to give up. But if it wasn't for his family, his aunt, his grandmother, his grandfather, his mother and father, and a group of close friends, they decided that Michael was too good to be left out of the competition. And through the efforts of AJ and his dad and his father-in-law and everyone else, they put together this team for the up-and-coming season. Michael Bennett, the Magnum, is the kid next door. His son, Chase, a cute little guy, is their son, and beautiful wife, Lindsay. Keep your eyes on the Magnum. I think you're going to see that he's going to be a contender this season as well.
Right now, we're keeping an eye on our cars in the front row because we are ready to raise the curtain again. And who will get the jump? Stuart gets all he can handle from Jim Mavlouganes as they stampede their way into the second quarter. Mavlouganes is not giving up.
Certainly is not. They are literally 10 cars doubled up in double file formation. Bottom of the racetrack, still Stuart, inch by inch. I think he can, like in a kid's storybook. And he is there, still in command. The Arbitel convenience store sponsored car is the leader of the pack, but not giving up is Mavlouganes in the outside lane. Here comes J.J. Hill. No surprises here. Car number 41. This kid's got some talent. He is down underneath the Big Kahuna, and you can bet the Big Kahuna is chomping on that toothpick as we speak.
And he's chomping a little harder now because J.J. Hill has leverage as he tries to scorch his way underneath the 28 car. They are Velcro together. Two drivers who are body pierced together, J.J. Hill and Dennis Botticello.
They are evenly matched, and as they come off the turn, doing a little, well, a body double action, we'll call it, as they head to the bottom of turn number 1. Hill is almost there, and right there behind him is Adam Gray. Now, last year, Gray showed so much patience in coming to the front of the field. He'd come along at about the halfway point in the event. Another car coming forward is the Bennett machine, the Fearn race car, and even the Wood car is now back in true formation.
Now a new look for Kevin Gamacorda. His car is now bright orange, and he puts it to work against Dennis Botticello as he is able to whirlwind his way into the top 6 and trying to follow his example with Sorzelli. So trapped on the outside is Botticello, and everybody trying to carve their way underneath him.
No question about it. Bennett picks up a spot. Fearn is right there directly behind him. Out in front, still Stuart. 9 of the 30 are complete. Mavlouganes in second. About the same distance between first and second as second and third. Jimmy Peterson up to the 3rd spot. Hill is in the 4th spot. Look at Fearn. He is putting the pressure on Michael Bennett, and Fearn, I think, had a tire go down. Fearn's car had a tire go down. Now on the right front. Last time it was on the right rear. And that gives Joshua Wood the spot, as now Casagrande and Bennett are side by side in a good battle right there, as 11 laps now appear up on the big board.
And that is a battle for 8th place between Bennett and Corey Casagrande. Stuart has opened up a bit of a cushion as he is leading by a landing strip over the 0-1 of Mavlouganes. But Tommy Fearn has been pushed backwards. Look at Michael Bennett trying to hold on to his turf, and he is unsuccessful.
Yeah, Scavora now moves up a little bit closer towards the front of the field as well. Back up front, Jay Stuart. He is now starting to stretch it out just a bit. 12 laps of the 30. We're approaching the halfway point in 3. And look at Adam Gray. Adam Gray all over J.J. Hill. As they come off turn number 4, Gray makes a nice move to the inside, Matt, puts 2 wheels down on the bottom of the racetrack. Hill is making him work for it. There's a great dogfight battle for position number 4.
But Adam Gray a little frisky as they go into the middle of turns 3 and 4, and he puts the hammer down, and picking up a position is Adam Gray. So the defending champion is moved up into the top 4.
Well, with the halfway just around the corner as Jay Stuart starts to string it out. He comes off from turn number 4. Tim Bennett giving him the cross flags. Josh Manfredo right there with him on the starter stand. And now 15 circuits remain in the final feature event of the Napa Spring Sizzler weekend.
Get ready for a battle between J.J. Hill and Kevin Gamacorta. So the big K trying to move in underneath Hill, and so far Hill is holding him off. Then it is Corey Casagrande trying to take a spot away from Josh Wood as he is roaring in. But the best battle continues to be between J.J. Hill and Kevin Gamacorta. That's a fight for the top 5.
You know, kind of like days of old, Josh Wood and Casagrande, they used to duke it out in the limited late model division here at the Speedway, as well as in the Dare Stocks a few seasons back. 16 up on the board, leader.
That's a tough way to get around a lap car on the inside.
It was, and Jay Stuart, once he committed to that point of the racetrack, he had no choice but to make the move, and it could have been a costly one.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be that difficult, but he was able to survive it.
Tom Fearn still trying to recover from 2 flat right side
going
tires.
Around is Mark Heim.
And that'll bring out a caution on lap number 18 as car number 23 will bring out the yellow, and that's going to tighten it all back up. And that'll work to the advantage of Tom Fearn. Joe Koss is down in pit road. Here comes Tom Fearn again. Boy, he's had a tough day, Joe.
Well, yeah, not only has he had a tough day, I think he had a lot to live up to this weekend after Ryan Fearn went on and won in the Dare Stock competition yesterday. He wanted to come out and put a Fearn back in victory lane again this weekend. Right rear tire, right front tire, missing the door. I mean, all kinds of stuff happening to this 92 team. And for them, it's like feast or famine. They're either on top of the world or they got days like this. And if they could find some middle ground, they'll be in contention for another championship as the year goes on.
Well, they are 3 laps down as we speak. So even if they get the car back out onto the speedway, they are 3 laps down.
The number 99, the big whistle, Scott Cook, is back down on pit road as well. And as you mentioned, yesterday they didn't have any laps of practice on that race car, Matt. And it was very fast right out of the last session that we've had a long run here with 17 laps up. So there's something to work with for the Cook brothers team during the course of this season as well.
You know, Scott Cook is one of those guys. He's a great athlete. So what he lacks some time in practice experience, he makes up for it with his competitive desire. So he is back out on the track after an adjustment was made by Jim Cook. Remember, the last restart was pretty good between Jay Stuart and Jim Mavlouganes. We expect a repeat of that battle. Boy, maybe nobody passed more cars last year in the 2013 season than Adam Gray. Today he started 10th. He has worked his way up to 4th. And we still have a lot of race left. Jim Peterson has been smooth. He said they made some great discoveries over the winter on that car. They thought they had the problems fixed. So Jim Peterson looking for a much stronger 2014 season.
Let's see what's going to happen as we are about to get him fired back up. Tim Bennett with the snap of the wrist. The green is out. And Stewart looks as good as he did before as he is still the leader. Peterson trying to get down underneath Mavlouganes. Hill is there. Gray is there. And wow. It's not over with by any stretch of the imagination in this one, even though Stewart is in command, 18 when they come to the stripe.
Josh Wood is in the top 5 in car number 51. So he is having a great race. His first time ever in a late model. Remember, his first time ever in a limited late model, he won the race with a bottom shot move.
As they come off turn number 4 and work their way to the line, now we see Adam Gray try to put the nose down underneath the J.J. Hill car. The Wood machine, remember, we almost counted that car out. It was on pit road during the first caution, and now it's surfaced among the top 6 cars. Bid for second, Mavlouganes. Inside, Peterson, high side. Mavlouganes moves back to second. 20 circuits are complete, 10 to go.
And Josh Wood has gotten underneath J.J. Hill as they swirl off the second corner. It looks like Wood has done it. He has invaded the top 5. Hill has fallen off to 6 and now has to worry about the presence of the big kahuna.
And Hill's car goes into a 4-wheel drift, almost tags the wall off from turn number 4. Casagrande gets by. Bennett is trying. It almost appears like Hill's car might have a tire going down.
Look at Adam Gray go underneath Jim Peterson as he scoots underneath the 17. And Adam Gray is in a podium position with 9 laps to go.
Gray isn't done yet. 8 circuits is still plenty to be able to get the job done when they come back to the stripe. As now, you can see Gray. That's exactly what he did. Oh, trouble. We've got 2 cars. The J.J. Hill machine, and it looks like the Kyle Casagrande, number 7 car, are involved in the jingle.
And Kyle Casagrande making his late model debut, and he got into a jingle with the 41 of J.J. Hill. That car was kind of on life support for the last 5 or 6 laps. A big advantage for Adam Gray at car number 97 because there was a gap that separated he and Mavlouganes. It doesn't exist now, as we will have a very interesting restart.
And, of course, that second row is going to be made up of Adam Gray along with Jim Peterson. The third row, good run and a good comeback for Josh Wood. He'll be there with Botticello. The fourth row will be Scorzelli and Casagrande. And I think the fifth row will be Michael Bennett and the Gamba Corda car. So it's still not over with yet. Action on pit road. Hill is in and Kyle Casagrande is in. Let's go to Joe as he has more information there.
Been quite a bit of damage to the rear of the 7 for Kyle Casagrande. The crew just trying to make sure that all the sheet metal is free and clear of the rear wheels of that automobile. And J.J. Hill, quick once over on that number 41. They'll send him back out onto the racetrack and try to see if he can gain some more ground here in the final 8 laps of the late model opener at Stafford.
The lights are off from Whelen Engineering as we are 22 laps up. If you thought it was over with, you're wrong. There's 8 circuits remaining. That's 4 miles left in this one as they come back to the stripe.
And Jay Stewart looking for another fast getaway on the restart. And there he goes, like soda. Big flying out of a shaken can. He is able to get his top spot back. Adam Gray trying to take second away from Jim Mavlouganes.
It's time for the big game, and right there on the inside is a big player, and that is Adam Gray. With Mavlouganes on the outside, Gray moves into second. Battle is on for third now as Mavlouganes is being pressured by Wood. Scorzelli now drops to the bottom. He's among the top 6 cars. Bennett is in this one, and Peterson seems to slip further back among the top 5.
And right behind Bennett is a 28 of Botticello. Then it's Skip Bruning at the front of the field. Jay Stewart, the professor, is teaching a seminar this afternoon, leading by about the length of a utility pole over the 97 of Adam Gray. You know Adam Gray has saved something in that 97 car. We will find out exactly how much in the next 5 laps.
There's no question about it. We're down to the final 5. Peterson just got sideways, gathered it back like a professional driver that he is, but he loses several spots on the racetrack. Battle is now the battle for 5th. Scorzelli is in the 5th spot. Bennett is there. Now Casagrande is battling with Botticello. That's just out of the top 6.
And Corey didn't have enough room to complete the move as he continues to hang out on the back bumper of Botticello. Script is the same at the front. A cozy lead for Jay Stewart And let's see if Gray will be able to track him down as we head to the home stretch here in the first late model race of the season.
This time off turn number 4, they come to the line. 27 circuits are now up on the board. Further back in the field, Cook is trying to come back forward with J.J. Hill as things are a little bit rough there, but back to the leader off turn number 4. Here is the 2-lap marker. We've got one around at the bottom. Will he be able to fire it back up?
It doesn't look like it will happen, and the yellow comes out.
And that is the Scott Cook machine, we believe. Car number 99, and it is a lot of smoke there. We hope it's not a serious situation. And now it looks like he's able to fire it back up. So
it'll be a 3-lap tussle for the trophy.
Yes, it will. And this also seems to play into the hands of Adam Gray once again, Matt. Adam Gray, defending series champion on the outside. Mavlouganes, strong contender. Joshua Wood, the rookie. Scorzelli and Michael Bennett, the Magnum. Those are your top 6 cars. Then it's Botticello and Casagrande. Lights are off on the safety vehicle at the point. Here they come. Green flag is out. Evenly matched. Bennett moves into the top 5. They're door handle to door handle. Joshua Wood slips up the racetrack as Stuart still is in command. Bennett gets bounced back just a bit. Off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. Meanwhile, Botticello goes spinning like a top. It is a scramble for position off turn number 4. Everybody makes it through, but there's 3 cars stuck as the caution flag comes out, Matt.
Boy, a detour through the fairway as Corey Casagrande came out, but there was some congestion in turn 4. Botticello, that right side of the car looks caved in. Kevin Gambacorta and J.J. Hill, who's had a tough day. And it will be another double file restart between Stuart and Adam Gray. And we'll see what Adam Gray will do. Will he try to race with Stuart, or will he be looking for an opening on the inside? Of course, Jim Mavlouganes has something to say about the strategy.
Off turn number 4. And Stuart gets a nice run for it. A little gusto there for Stuart. Adam Gray is there. And now, here comes Mavlouganes again.
Boy, it looked like 4 wide, a little deeper, and Bruning was able to survive. We're down to the final lap. Jay Stewart is trying to hold off Adam Gray.
Final circuit, less than a half mile. It's all going to be history. Jay Stewart has led each and every circuit. He is the dominant car out in front. Gray still running in second. Mavlouganes in third. Scorzelli in the 4th spot. And Michael Bennett, a good run for a top 5. Checkered flag is out. It's Jay Stewart, Adam Gray, Jim Mavlouganes, Michael Scorzelli, Michael Bennett to round out the top 5 and 6th through 10th match.
Skip Bruning in 6th. 7th, Josh Wood. Jim Peterson in 8th. Scott Cook in 9th. And Dennis Botticello will round out our top 10.
Kevin Gambacorta will finish in the 11th spot. Corey Casagrande will finish in 12th. Kyle, his brother, 13th. Mark Heim will finish in the 14th spot. J.J. Hill is 15th. Tommy Fearn is 16th. And Peter Thickett will finish in position number 17.
Now, on the final lap, Mark Heim hit the wall maybe at about the first Niagara Ferris location of the track. But it was behind the action. The white flag had already came out, and he was behind the play, and there was no yellow, and there was a victory for Jay Stewart. With Adam Gray, considering where he started in 10th, he has to be happy with another podium.
He sure does. Jay Stewart is a man. He doesn't have a big race team. His wife is there alongside. I think she knows as much about the handling and the setup of these race cars as him. They have been a family operation with a tremendous amount of success in history. Jay Stewart is not only a good fabricator, he's a darn good driver, and he's proven it again here during Spring Sizzler weekend. Adam Gray, you know what he proved by finishing in the catbird seat? he's going to be a contender for another title. And never count out our buddy Jim Mavlouganes. He was a factor all afternoon. Good run for Scherzelli, finishing in the top 4. Michael Bennett is back on his game to finish among the top 5 positions here. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll send our attention down trackside to meet our winner of the Arbitel Convenience Store car, and that, of course, is Jay Stuart.
Jay Stuart, the winner in Napa Victory Lane. Still picking up the flowers that are still on the ground here in Victory Lane when Bobby Santos won, but you've got your own rose today because you're a Spring Sizzler winner.
My father was a florist forever, so it's kind of right down my alley. But I'll tell you what, my car was great. Dave down at the motor shop, Auto Machine, he built me he made an awesome engine, I'll tell you, awesome. Arbitel Convenience Stores, Mance, Auto Parts, and JMD Chassis. And my wife, I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for her, I couldn't get this done. She's like 2 crew members.
Well, I think a lot of people can share that sentiment with you. Congratulations on a Napa Spring Sizzler win.
Thank you very much.
Jay Stuart wins in the 42, a dominating performance. Adam Gray finished in the 2nd spot today, comes right on over and offers his congratulations. Adam, how about it? Last year, this event didn't go well for you. You rebound after winning the championship last year. You finished 2nd today.
Yeah, I mean, considering what the weekend has brought and what we got now, and I can't thank my crew, my sponsors. Had a couple new guys come on board this year. Napa Auto Parts for their sponsorship of the show, and my crew and my fans. Thank you.
That's Adam Gray. He'll start his title defense with a runner-up position here today at the Napa Spring Sizzler. 3rd place finisher was Jim Mavlouganes. Jim, back on the podium again. Another strong start for you as well.
Thank you. It's good to be here. First, I want to congratulate Jay for a good job there for the win, and Adam for a 2nd. You know, we tried hanging on the outside there. It just wasn't meant to be today. I want to thank all the fans for staying and watching us. I got to thank Extra Mart Convenience Stores. They've been with me since 1991. Rob Corona, really a shout out to them. You know, without their support, I wouldn't be here, and without the support of my wife and my crew, this is what makes it all happen.
All right, that's Jim Mavlouganes, finishes in the 3rd spot today. Jay Stuart, the winner, guys, and that will cap off the presentation today on the Napa Spring Sizzler weekend.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that rounds out our festivities. We fought hard. You were great race fans to come out. On behalf of Team Stafford and the Root family and our new friends at Napa, we hope you've enjoyed the event that is billed as the